If there was an easy way that you could make more friends in your adult life, you want to know more, right? So today we're getting into the three things that I learned as a people skills coach, three things that I learned about people skills in 2020. For those of you who don't know who I am, who are not familiar with me, hi, my name is Nicole Jean. I am a people skills coach, and I help you go from feeling socially awkward to conversing with ease and getting more friends as an adult. You know, I'm a retired wallflower and a full blooded introvert where I used to be really overwhelmed by social interactions, by engaging in small talk. And, I went mentally blank carrying small talk in my younger years. And now I'm a nurse practitioner working in here in the USFA where I carry dozens of conversations with patients, new and old, and I've discovered the secret to feeling confident in and capable to walk up to someone and starting a conversation. And so I'm here to help you speak up so you can get friends as a grown up. So today we're getting into the three things that I learned about people skills in 2022 that are essential if you want to get more friends, because we all know how hard it is to make friends as an adult throughout our life. It was so much simpler and easier when we were in school, when we were exposed to our peers on a regular basis in the classroom, maybe on college campus, in clubs. But as an adult, our social circles start to shrink as life passes. Maybe you work remotely from home, especially post pandemic since 2020. And so you don't get a lot of social time with your colleagues at the proverbial water cooler, having small talk with your colleagues, or even going to happy hour after work. Maybe you're in a romantic relationship, or you're married with kids like me, and those have become the priorities in your life. And so unfortunately, having friends or nurturing friendships has taken a backseat in your life. Or maybe you recently moved to a new state, a new town, and you don't even know how to go about making new friends as an adult. There are so many reasons why it's hard to make friends in our adult years, which is why having strong people skills is essential. This skill set will follow you everywhere you go and benefit you in connecting with other human beings in any season of your life. As I like to say, a conversation is an investment in a relationship. And having great people skills is an essential life skill. And I want you all to have that, because if you have great people skills, you can do anything in life. And so let's get into it. Let's get right into it. So, the three things that I learned about people skills in 2022. Number one, having good people skills is a science. I used to think that people who were captivating, charismatic, social butterflies, they were just born with this natural talent for this stuff. It just came natural to them. As I mentioned before earlier, I'm an introvert, and I used to always find social interactions incredibly overwhelming. And I recall in grade school, I was playing in the jungle gym by myself at recess, and this group of maybe three or four girls were walking by, and they looked at me. And one of them, I heard them, they weren't that far away. I heard them, and one of the girls said to her friends, "We should invite her to play with us." And another girl in that group responded to her, "Nah, she likes to be by herself." And initially, that hurt. Initially, hearing that hurt. And because I did want to make friends with my classmates. But that statement was also not wrong, because I did enjoy being by myself. I felt safer in my comfort zone. And so for years, I grew up thinking that some people are just really great at making friends and socializing, but I wasn't one of them. And right now, I work as a nurse practitioner. I'm a nurse practitioner here in the US where I interact with dozens of patients on a regular basis. And I have to quickly build a trusting relationship with my patient so that I can take care of them, take care of their health. And so over time, I've learned that people skills, social skills, soft skills, whatever you want to call it, it's not a natural talent that you're born with. It's literally a science. It's absolutely something that you can learn and you can master. And that's the best part. Just like how you learn how to read and how to write in school. And unfortunately, I don't know why, people skills are not taught in school, like reading and writing, which it should be. We're sort of taught people skills by our parents growing up, but we never really get any formal training in it, which is really unfortunate because this is without a doubt the most essential life skill that everyone should have. So, because people skills is a science, and if you're watching or listening on the podcast, then you're probably interested in improving your people skills and getting more friends, which leads us to the next thing I learned about people skills in 2022. And that is the more you practice your speaking muscles, the more normal it will feel to talk to people. If you're watching this, then you probably consider yourself socially awkward on some degree. And that's okay. I still feel that way sometimes too. But the truth is, it's normal to feel awkward in areas of our lives that we're not skillful or expert in. And I'll give you a real life example of mine. I'm a terrible cook. I admit it, honestly, no lie. I am a horrendous cook. I can make toast. I can scramble some eggs here and there without burning it sometimes. And I can boil a pot of water for pasta or ramen. But honestly, cooking is not my strength. It really isn't. And I feel so overwhelmed when I'm reading recipes or shopping at the grocery store. Oh my gosh, the spices and herbs aisle at the grocery store. I just want to pull my hair out in frustration because I don't know what I'm doing. But the truth is that I've been neglecting learning how to cook because I feel so overwhelmed when cooking. But now that I'm a mom, I have a 2.5-year-old, I want to be able to cook simple dishes for my 2.5-year-old son and my husband. I finally I finally have come to the point where my desire to learn is greater than my fear of messing up because of my why. I want to provide and nourish my family. When watching my son eat food that I cook for him, it gives me such pleasure and joy in my life, which is another tip, by the way. If you want to get better at something or achieve a goal, like improving your people skills and getting more friends, attach that task to your why. Your why is your guiding star. It's your motivation, it's your MO. Maybe you want to get more friends. Maybe you want to feel loved, appreciated, surrounded by people who get you. You want a more meaningful life. Remembering your why will help you achieve that goal. And when we're talking about feeling socially awkward, first of all, it's okay. In fact, it's very common. It's super common to feel socially awkward. I was doing some research earlier this morning on the statistics. The statistics are all kind of all over the place. Some studies say that 60% of people feel shy. Other studies say 15% of people feel socially inept. So I don't have any hard numbers for you today, but the important takeaway for you is that even if you feel lonely in your awkwardness, you are not alone. You are far from alone. But the way to get out of feeling socially awkward is to get outside your comfort zone and start practicing talking to people. And the more you practice and repeating something over and over, the more normal it will feel, which is what you want. And so to be truthful, you have complete control over your reality. Just because you grew up feeling shy or overwhelmed by social interactions, or your parents or your peers or your teachers said you are a quiet person, which I've been in all those situations, that doesn't mean your life has to end that way. you can change the trajectory of your life. I always like to say this: you're not a tree. You're not a tree. You're not a tree planted, rooted into the ground. You can move, you can grow, you can evolve and learn. You can practice your speaking muscles. And one of the ways you can practice your speaking muscles is working with me in my one on one coaching service, Social Awkward Boot Camp, where in 12 weeks, 3 months, you walk away with all the word for word scripts, the tools, and the skill set to be able to connect with other people and make friends easily. If this sounds like something you'd be interested in, then I invite you to click on the link below in the show notes of this podcast or in the description box of this live stream replay. And the truth is, you can normalize having conversations every day. It is up to you to decide if your desire to improve your people skills and get more friends is bigger than your fear of messing up. Which leads me to the next thing I learned about people skills in 2022. And that is bad decisions and bad mistakes in the past make great stories. I posted this on my Instagram stories just last week, and I posted that your mistakes brought you to where you are today. And it got so much engagement and resonated with a lot of you, and I'm really glad because it's true. We often feel really bad about our past mistakes, like we're ashamed of them. But that's because we are reflecting on our past selves through a more mature lens. The truth is that we are at that time, at that past point in our time, in our past life, we were trying to get by in life as best we knew how to with the knowledge and experience we had at that time. So it's nothing to be ashamed of if you made a mistake or a bad decision in the past. Additionally, think of it this way: you should say thank you to your past self. Because if you hadn't had that mistake, you hadn't made those bad decisions or bad mistakes, you wouldn't have had the knowledge and experience that you have now. So, first of all, be thankful for all the past mistakes that you made in the past. And then, this is the real kicker, and then give meaning to those past mistakes. Use that in conversations. Leverage those stories to your advantage. I always get followers and clients asking, Nicole, what should I bring up in conversations? I am such a boring person. I live a boring life. Nothing interesting ever happens to me. And I completely disagree. You are not a boring person. You have a unique perspective and exclusive narrative that no one else in the world has. No one has your stories, no one has your experiences, no one has your knowledge from those experiences. And as part of that is the stories you have inside of you. Your past mistakes and your bad decisions are great stories to tell in conversations. People connect over stories because it makes humans relatable to each other. And everyone loves a great I screwed up doing this story. Let's just be honest, right? It's so comedic. Everyone loves those kind of stories. So if you want to find out how to tell your story in a captivating way, if you want to learn the science behind people skills, if you want to normalize conversing with people on a regular basis, then I invite you to apply for my one on one signature service Social Awkward Bootcamp. If you enjoyed this mini training and this live stream, then you will love working with me on this high touch, intimate level. This coaching service will give you an arsenal of things to say and how to say it in conversations. What that means for you is that you will be able to easily strike up conversations with new people and engage with them. But the real value is that you can authentically connect with others and find your social circle of friends that makes you feel like you belong. I was just reading an article from the Washington Post recently, and the study demonstrated that friends are essential to a healthy and meaningful life, just as important as eating healthy food and getting a good night's sleep and exercising regularly. And getting more friends and having a more meaningful life is what you want, right? So I invite you to learn more about Social Awkward Bootcamp and how it can help you get more friends and live a more meaningful life. All right. Um, s- that's kind of it for our mini training today. Let me look at the Instagram or the YouTube if there's any questions. I'm going to stop the podcast right now. Okay, let's see. Hi, Jagriti. Hi, Shri Pooja. It's so good to see you all. Thanks for coming out. So we got DVS 21. We have Peace Chutawat. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. And Apeksha. Hi. Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming in and popping in. All right. Well, I don't see any questions. You all are free to ask me any questions. This is why I go live, because I want to help you out and I want to meet you where you are. I don't, ask and you will be answered. Ask and you shall receive. Is that what the saying is? But yeah, I do these live streams every week, and I go live because I want you to have the opportunity to ask me questions. All right, I'm just looking at the YouTube. Yeah, no questions. Jagriti, ma'am, please make a video on socializing. Yes. Can you be more specific, Jagriti? All my content is about socializing, so I need a little bit more specifics on that. But I would love to make content that helps you meet you where you are and what you need. I just need a little bit more specifics about socializing, what specifically about socializing. Um, no other Q&A. Let's see. All right. Well, no other questions. Um, so I'm going to actually end the live stream then. Next week we're gonna have a great mini training. So I go live stream every week, and next week we'll be talking about conversation mistakes people make, common conversation mistakes that people always make, that people commonly make, that I always see, and I want you to avoid making these mistakes. So that is it for today's live stream. Thank you so much. Thank you 1,000 times over. And I appreciate you here being here and listening and for giving me your time. Your time is the best gift that you can give me. So I thank you 1,000 times over. I'm always rooting for you. I'm always cheering for you, and I believe in you. And I will see you all next week. Bye.